Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and today we're doing a speed build of a haunted house. This is obviously for Halloween, getting excited for that, and Halloween just isn't at all nearly as big as it is in other places in the world, particularly the USA. But I thought, there's so many USA Simlies, and it's just a great excuse for a speed build. I haven't been doing as many speed builds lately, not because I don't want to, but because I've been working this full-time job, and it is a lot of effort to do a speed build, especially of a big home. So I just haven't had as much time to do them. That's why there's been more LPs. But in any case, I was really excited to work on this haunted house. It's quite large. I was working on it pretty much every day after work for the last week, and it was a fun little project. Or it wasn't a little project. It was actually a speed build that I was taking my time on, so I could enjoy it. I wasn't trying to rush it or anything. So these two parts of the speed build will go for quite a while. In this first half, we're going to get the actual build done, and I think this video will go for around 20-25 minutes. Then the next video is going to be the furnishing and screenshots. So that'll be about half an hour of that video. So if you like watching the longer videos, this will be a good couple of videos for you. If not, you're welcome to skip through them or just watch the second one or just skip to the screenshots, whatever you would like. But it's already on the gallery. Just search Deligracy or hashtag Deligracy. It'll be up there as Halloween Haunted House, I think. And really the idea behind this was that there would be vampires living here. So there's going to be a little room that may give that away. But in any case, I really felt like this build kind of took me back to Sims 3. If you have been a Simly for a long time, and watching my speed builds for quite a while since I started YouTube, I was playing Sims 3 before Sims 4 came out, and Sims 3, the game was a lot smarter in a sense, in terms of building an interior design. You could do a lot more. You could edit the terrains. The terrain could dip or go upwards, and you could use constrained floor elevation cheats, which meant you could adjust the size of walls more than the 4 walls that we have in The Sims 4. Or 3 walls, sorry. And the interior design was quite different because you were able to use any colors or a whole range of textures on any object or wall or floor or ceiling or whatever you wanted. So when I say this reminds me of The Sims 3 days, it was because I felt like I was able to be quite experimental in this build, and for that reason, I really, really enjoyed it. I feel like the interior is quite creepy, so it was good fun. But anyways, for Halloween this year, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything special at this stage. Who knows what I'll do? Last year, I went to Luna Park with one of my girlfriends. That was really fun, and we just went on all of the rides. But the haunted house was closed because I don't know, it was like closed and then reopened and then closed. And we're like, that is the worst luck on Halloween because everyone wants to go to the haunted house, obviously. And I guess it was just broken. It was broken down. Anyways, the haunted house we're working on today is old Victorian style. So it's a lot of you guys request Victorian builds. I have to say they don't come to me as easily as more contemporary builds, and they're more challenging for me. So I had a lot of fun with this challenge, and this shape is quite irregular. We do have some diagonal walls, which is a change, which is really nice, and it kind of had to be a little bit clever with roofing here. So we're just kind of playing around with it. Roofing's always a challenge. I think the best... Well, not necessarily the best, but one person who is the best or very close to the best is the Sim Supply. He is so good at roofing. That sounds like roofing. Roofing, let's be clear. He's awesome at doing the roofing on houses. So I don't know. I think I need to get some lessons from James. He knows how to do it. But anyways, we're also going to have a lot of balconies and balustrades around here. This house, the theme, I guess, is old Victorian style, maybe an old mansion, because you know how old mansions are actually like just like a big home. They're not necessarily a crazy mansion home. Yeah, maybe like a really old mansion, and it's going to be run down. We're going to put plants on the roof, so there's like grass growing out of the gutters, and then inside it's going to be furnished kind of weirdly with chairs lying around, and some of the rooms, like the rooms won't be consistent. So some rooms will be really yuck and run down, whereas another room will look really royal and affluent. And I find inconsistencies within a haunted home to be really eerie because it just doesn't make sense. And it's different to what you're used to. So, yeah. If my voice is sounding a little croaky, I'm not sure if it is. I'm very tired. It's Friday afternoon. I've come home straight after work to record this for you guys. I was excited to record it. And after recording this first part, I'm going to go to a friend's house to play PlayStation. And he's going to cook dinner, so I'm excited for that. We're having a healthy dinner tonight because he's like a super athlete and he eats really well. So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm excited. I don't know what games we're going to play yet, but I can let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. One of the things I love in The Sims 4 is how the fencing works. I really like the fencing. You can just lay it out. Like it kind of, you hover your cursor on it and then it just lays it all out for you. You don't have to drag and click and stuff. And I just find it really handy. But because it's automated in that sense, there's bad comes with good. The bad comes with good because sometimes it automatically does stuff that you don't want it to do. And that's in terms of deleting rooms when you don't want them to be deleted automatically. And you might have noticed before I was kind of struggling to actually put the balcony in because it just kept deleting itself. And I was like, why aren't you working? So I have to say The Sims 4, they're still building things. Even though I've built so many houses on here already and I love building them, there's still a lot of confusion for me when I do it. And I know there is for other people too. So I don't know. I think they could hopefully improve that in that department. Still wanting a color wheel. I'm not going to back down. I want a color wheel. I really, really, really think that we need all the colors available to us, and so we can pick and choose a custom color rather than just the swatches they give us. I don't mind if we have limited textures as we do now, but I would like all colors because I feel like it limits a player's creativity considerably. Yes, and I feel like I'm making a speech. Creativity considerably. Those are two big words to put next to each other. So yeah, this is what we're doing. I was kind of thinking maybe with this roofing here, how it's all overlapped and weird. I thought maybe this roofing has become kind of botched. I wanted to look like it kind of had fallen down or blown over in the weather because it's so old. But in the end, I don't think it really works in our favor. So I'm going to delete it soon. You know, when you're building, you've just got to try things. It's all about trial and error, I feel. I think this house would be pretty cool to give a renovation to, so make it look all nice and new and pretty. It could be quite a beautiful home, I think. And when we do get onto furnishing, I change the color hue of a lot of the lighting. So we actually have rooms that are kind of have this green tinge or red haunted coloring to them, which I really enjoyed doing. That was a lot of fun. And up here where we're just doing the fencing right next to that roof line, that's going to be an overgrown part where there's all these plants kind of growing out of the roof, which I thought was kind of cool. I was just trying out here. I loved the idea of using the the iron steel, what do you call that kind of fencing? I don't really know what it's called, but the fencing that's really flourished and it's black steel. I was going to use that because I really like it, but I just didn't feel like it went with the house. So we go with normal fencing over this balcony area because we're going to put some overgrown vines on there. And yeah, we got rid of this one that just didn't really suit the look of it. So we do get rid of that. And I love when some of the balconies are 2 stories. I think that's cool. But yes, I happen to be the type of person who really doesn't like scary movies. I know a lot of people love to watch scary horror films on Halloween, and I get scared easily in movies. So and then I can't sleep. I just don't like the feeling of. I don't like the feeling of adrenaline. I really don't like it, and I know a lot of people do like it, but I'm just not a fan at all. If I can avoid that adrenaline rush, I will avoid it. And it's so weird how a lot of people like adrenaline. Do you guys like it? Like, is that the point of watching a scary movie? I don't know. Like, why do you watch scary movies? I don't see the point in getting freaked out. I don't find it fun. Oh, maybe I'm just not. I don't know. Am I boring? Nah, I don't think I'm boring. I have fun in other ways. That's just not my choice of fun. I was going to put in a attic up here because I thought that would be creepy. I do put them in for the purpose of the roofing to change it up a little bit, but I didn't actually. I think we tried putting a staircase in, but I end up taking it out just because I feel like the stairs just didn't make sense in the floor plan. So we got rid of them, and then we were going to put another one up here. Is it called a dorm when you put a room in the roof? I can't recall, but I did try that. I love the entrance of this home. It's got a nice 3 stair width wide staircase, and upstairs, which we're going to do now, we make this beautiful balustrade that looks down onto that entrance room, and it's just very open. And I don't know what it is about houses, like haunted houses in films, when there's a really big entrance with a big grand staircase that's like decrepit and run down. It just looks creepy because you can imagine that once upon a time that house was beautiful and big and wealthy, and it just instills a sense of mystery, and you just think, what happened here? I think that's why it's creepy, but I think it's interesting indeed. This house is going to have 3 bedrooms. We have a master, and then we have a kid's bedroom that's for a young boy or a teen boy, and then we have a very girly bedroom. And interestingly, the girly bedroom is the newest looking. Like, you walk into that room and that room is all pink and light and bright, whereas the rest of the house is really haunted. So I thought that could be interesting for maybe if you guys are doing a Let's Play, or if you guys are playing The Sims, maybe you could think of an interesting storyline for why only the girl's bedroom is still fresh and not run down. Thought that was kind of cool. I am playing around a lot with this entrance area. I was like, how open should I make it? And I wanted it to be symmetrical, so I'm just having I'm in a bit of struggle town here, trying to figure out how it would work. But in the entrance room, there are columns that circle the staircase, which we're just putting in now, and that's pretty cool. I think that looks great when you're in tab camera mode. It looks pretty cool, and in the screenshots, got a little bit of kick out of that. But yeah. Also, for the Halloween spooky stuff pack for The Sims 4 that came out a couple of weeks ago, there is some great timber flooring and wallpapers. Really, really cool. It's just, I suppose it really feels like it's run down wood as opposed to the newer flashy wood or timber that we have existing in the Sims 4 base game. So I really enjoyed using that. We actually, on the exterior of the house, we use a mix of the grey colour and the black colour. And I switch it up because I kind of wanted it to look like the house had faded and had become kind of crippled and decrepit over time, and then it had been repaired with the darker wood. So I wasn't sure how it would be received. I don't know if you guys will be like, oh, that just looks weird, but for me personally, if I wasn't putting this on YouTube, that's what I would have done. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it how I do it best. So that's what we do. The roofing up the top gets a little messy here. Right now I'm just trying to neaten it up. I'm checking if we can get rid of anything and just making sure that the house is going to flow well. I would love to do a make a family for this house. I'll see if I have time. I'm going to Noosa next week, which is going to be very exciting. If you don't know where Noosa is on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland in Australia. And it's just an awesome area with beautiful beaches and warm weather, and it's got this amazing national park where you can walk through it, and there's this beach called Tea Tree Bay, and then you can go swim there, and it's just like the best. So I'm excited to go there this week. So if there aren't as many videos next week, it was probably because I didn't have time this weekend to film them, but I'm hoping I will be able to. I'll try my hardest to make sure all the LPs are ready to be published on the correct days. And yeah, this little building we're making separate to the house is going to be like originally it was going to be a entertainment area, like a bit of a sunroom separated from the house, but in the end I actually make it into a greenhouse, so there's lots of plants and stuff in here. I don't know what it is, but there's something about overgrown greenhouses that look freaky. That's just what I think. By the way, I have a question for any of you viewers who in the countries that you're from, if you guys have Starbucks where they make the spiced pumpkin latte, and if it's good, because in Australia they don't have the spiced pumpkin latte, but I keep seeing it on Instagram and people talking about it, and it looks really good and it sounds really good, and I would really like to try it. So can someone please just comment down below what it's like? I would really like to. I'm just really interested to know, because it looks so good. So good. Right now, if you guys have never seen this done before and you're like, why is she making like a crazy shaped pool? I'm trying to make it look like a natural pond. So you'll see how it comes out in a second. This was really challenging. I was trying to make a maze here, and I've never drawn a maze before, and I just started doing it. I was like, yep, this is really straightforward. This is easy. We'll just get it done. And boy, was I wrong. Right now I'm like, thinking, that's why I paused. I'm like, what? How do you draw a maze? Like, I don't know. I just absolutely struggled with this. So the thing is, this maze actually leads to, in the center, there's a staircase that goes down to a basement. And in the basement, we're going to put some freaky stuff. Freaky, because it's a freaky Halloween house. So I also liked wrapping this tree around itself. I thought it looked really cool when you just rotate it with the Move Objects On sheet. And if you're wondering about how you can rotate on the spot so that it doesn't snap to the grid, or place items so it doesn't snap to the grid, you just hold down the Alt button. Alt button? Oh, Control or Alt? No, you hold down Alt. I get asked that a lot. Pretty much every single build I do, I get asked that. So it's easier to just let you guys know. This maze, whenever I see mazes, I now just think of Harry Potter. Is it Harry Potter, the Half-Blood Prince? Which one's when the book which has the Triwizard Cup, and the film for that book? I didn't actually enjoy many of the Harry Potter films, to be honest. I enjoyed the first one and the Triwizard Cup one. Those are the two films I liked, and I love the maze part. And the actual Triwizard Cup, I think it's really good. Really, really good. That is the worst descriptive word. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. It's awesome. I love it. I also wanted to put a cow plant in, but the cow plants, you can't just place them as a cow plant. They will be placed as the initial stages of growing a cow plant. Growing. And I also got a few items from the buy debug mode. So you need to go you need to have testing cheats enable true cheat on, I believe, and then you need to have the cheat that is bb.show hidden objects, and then you need to type into the search bar of your buy mode debug debug, and then a whole heap of items that you'd usually find during gameplay will come up. And that's where I found this cave that leads to a secret world. I don't know if it actually works when you place it, but I'm assuming it does. And so that's one of the basements. And then the other basement we're actually going to put in... we're just going to camouflage this with rocks. So it's kind of a clue of what environment you're going to find beneath the ground. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then the other basement, we're actually going to put in I can never remember the name of it, but that thing that you can build if you're really good at science that is like a wormhole. Is it the wormhole generator? Is that what it's called? I'm not sure, but it takes you to another world. So that's in the other one. So you can hopefully, during gameplay, go to both secret worlds, and that would be pretty cool. Just doing a little bit of terrain painting. Terrain painting is definitely really important if you're building a house. It just makes it look realistic. It really brings that house to life. And putting some dirt around the bases of the trees is always a favorite. And finally, putting in the windows. We use a mix of windows, and I really liked the windows that come with Get to Work, these ones. Wait, Get to Work? Do they come with Get to Work? Did they? I think so. And I like those because they let in a lot of light, but we only use them on the lower level in that first room. And so right now I've created diagonal walls that are meant to look like shutters that are open. So that's what it's going for. The rest of the house has smaller windows that don't necessarily bring in a lot of light, but I definitely wanted the windows to be a little bit inconsistent, as if over time windows had been added and removed through all the generations that have lived here. And you know what would be really cool for a speed build? Oh, this is a cool idea. Oh, I don't know if I want to say my idea. I don't want anyone to steal it. Well, anyways, the idea is a time-lapse build video where you start with a really new house, and over time it becomes decrepit. That would be cool. And haunted. Like it starts really flashy and then it becomes like old school. I quite liked that wallpaper up there, actually. Maybe I should have kept that. I don't know. But at this stage, we're just trying out a lot of different wallpapers. I was wanting to introduce a couple of different textures, but I just didn't think it was working too well. So to be honest, we just get rid of a few of them and we keep trying different things. And in the end, we go with this kind of green, grey and dark timber look and feel. And one thing I hope we can do soon in The Sims 4 is actually paint ceilings, because I feel like when I was taking screenshots of this, it kind of spoils it when you can't paint the ceiling, because you're taking screenshots when you're in tab camera mode, which means you can view up towards the ceiling. And if you've built something like we have in this house, like the grand entrance where you look down over the balustrade to the lower floor off the second wall, if you're going to look up from the ground to the second floor in that camera mode, you're going to see just a white ceiling, and it just ain't that pretty, Right now we're going to put a lot of overgrown kind of foliage greenery around the house, because this house has not been taken care of fully, and I just liked that. I thought it looked more haunted, more realistic. And I think in the next part of this speed build, we're actually going to start furnishing when it's in night mode, possibly, so when it's dark. And that was just the way I just found it easier to build that way. So yeah, just changing some of the colors of the windows because they didn't quite fit in with the walls behind them. And right now we're going back to that inconsistent wallpaper, which I quite like, and hopefully you guys do too. I'm going to try and have the second part of this speed build up tomorrow night, so one night from now if I can, and that way you guys don't have to wait very long. And that'll be out. So that'll be a big half-hour episode with screenshots at the end if you're wondering where they are. Or if you want a little bit of sneaky peeky, you can go straight to the gallery and find it on there. It'll be the latest. And Yeah, so now we're just putting rocks around this pool, and it kind of looks like a pond. In the Get Together expansion pack that's going to come out in November, it looks like we're going to get natural coloured pools, so a more greeny, browny tone, not as chlorine-like. And I think we're having those introduced for the purpose of being able to do that and create natural-looking pool areas, which is pretty cool, or fountain areas, really. Just doing a little bit of landscaping, just popping in some of the more darker purpley flowers. I thought that kind of suited the look and feel. A lot of plants that look more overgrown. So the ferns from the Outdoor Retreat stuff pack. We've got a lot of those big white reedy looking flowers or bushes and stuff, and a lot of pine trees, just making it a little bit more dark and eerie looking. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And hopefully I'll try and do a CAS, because that's just something I would probably do in my own time that I really want to do. And hopefully I can share that with you guys. And that would be epic. Do let me know in the comments down below if you're doing anything fun for Halloween. I would love to hear. I should do something for Halloween. I should. I'm going to try and go to Luna Park. Yeah. And lastly, we're just finding a door to go on this greenhouse. So we just go with a nice, modest, single glass door because we need to let some sunlight in to get to our plants to make them grow. Hence, a greenhouse. Anyways, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Don't forget to save a game.